punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay.
Delayed game.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still fourth down.
Fourth down, out comes the punter, Drew Chrisman. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for a Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Herb Smith Jr., a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
This one out quickly to Watkins. Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Hey, give them credit. That's a good, solid game there in the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. There are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it, and this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, partner. I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, oh, yeah, the analytics say, yeah, without question. You should have gone ahead and punted the football because now, not only did you not get it, and you really...
Touchdown! Joe Burrow spotting T. Higgins for the touchdown there. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
McPherson now for the extra point. Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that? What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film when it was to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts trying to lay one up deep. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he showed why he was so coveted with that interception there.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
I'd have to say that's a pretty darn good run right there. They had 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got to consider themselves lucky they only gave up a first down and not a touchdown.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Ready, break.
And not quite sure what just happened there, other than we do know that he spiked the football on first down.
Let's go, baby. This is where you step up right here, baby.
Second and 10.
Delay of game, offense. Penalty is declined.
Ready.
On second down, Gainwell looking for space. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 13 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Let me get a little nautical with you, partner, because to me, that looked like a feeding frenzy of sharks out there. As soon as that play imploded, they all smelled blood in the water. Everyone screaming downhill, trying to get in on the hit for a big loss.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still fourth down.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on fourth down. This is taken at the 23. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
On one, ready?
First down. Here's Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Again, 11 on the play. First down,
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sport. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Here we go.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. He wants it all for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
1-1, ready?
Burrow going for it on 4th. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 41 yards. And the Bengals continue to pull away here this first half. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Sets up to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles, but that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters, but in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Burrow on play action. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down. So we'll have to see what that's about. Jonah Williams, former first-round pick, the guilty party. Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. And how about that? Even after snapping it from back there, they still convert for the 2 points. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense with Jalen Hurts at the controls, ready for their next possession. He was intercepted on that last drive, the third one he's thrown in this first half alone. He'll look to right the ship here, 1st and 10.
Here we go, strike!
They start the drive here with Gainwell. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Throwing is Hurts. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Come on, come on. Hey.
They get this out quickly to the left side. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
Let's go now.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. Man, he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Here's Hurts to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Holding, offense.
So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking like the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy in addition. And they fake it. They pitch to the tight end. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
They run behind center with Gainwell. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Hurts. And his throw is incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Here's Aaron Sipas now.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, Burrow.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 53 yards.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Now Burrow on 1st down. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Here we go.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They go play action with Burrow. And it's caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here we go.
On 2nd and goal, Burrow, touchdown!
Jamar Chase on a touchdown throw from Joe Burrow.
And the Bengals go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Free kick out of bounds.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Eagles nothing.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. A gutsy call there. Yates at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
Jalen Hurts bringing the Eagles out for their next drive.
And, Charles, I mean, look, you don't bench a starter of his caliber, but 4 first-half interceptions. How do you handle it from here?
Well, the easy thing is right away you try and run the football, take some pressure off of him. But, you know, the defense understands that as well. My second thing is give him throws that are safer, throws that he's confident in, the ones that he likes to make. And that way you try and get his confidence back up.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch them.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And that'll be dumped off to Gainwell. He's got room at the 30.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The end result, 21 yards.
That's good for an Eagle.
Straight ahead, it's Gainwell.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
They go play action with Hurts.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Touchdown, Eagles.
Devontae Smith.
26 yards.
And the Eagles are able to at least get one score back. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answers.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10, and he will step out of bounds. Oh, what a mistake there. And the two-point try will be unsuccessful.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Gun. Got. 11.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Now it's Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
First down. Here's Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
From the 30 on second down. Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that.
He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase, 70 yards. And the Bengals just continue to roll.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. And we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Here we go.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down.
He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this
Personal
out.
foul. Roughing the tackle. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
And the Bengals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. They give it, and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Drew Sample, 52 yards. And the Bengals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
That was a nice little setup there off play action for the long touchdown pass.
Yeah, I've got to tell you, it brings back bad memories for a guy like me as a former defensive back, because in a playbook I knew a long time ago, we described that play pattern as draw pass 9 go, meaning fly pattern after the play action pass, try and hit him for the deep ball, and boy, were they successful on that one. So tough because his speed is so great, you've got to make sure you don't miss any cues or keys in order to try and keep up with him.
Draw pass 9 go. That's still a nightmare to this day.
Yeah, I still wake up in the middle of the night and feel the guy going past me.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, Burrow looking deep downfield. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 43 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in their ball game.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And they go play action now. Burrow toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory.
Here we go, here we go.
So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you hit. Yeah, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result. Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not,
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Now, after the loss, he'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17.
Hurts is going to try and run.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. So a risky move that does not pay off. And, Charles, you take it from the defensive perspective. They had to be a little offended there that they even tried to go for it back inside their own 20.
Highly offended. And they took the ball away and gave it to their offense in a great situation. But when you look at this thing in total, when you start taking chances like that, you know what that means? You have to take more chances later.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bengals are pouring it on. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be...
And my goodness, another interception.
Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Here's Burrow. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding. Offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now it's Burrow. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go.
2nd down.
11.
Another try after the 1st down sack.
Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete.
Touchdown Bengals.
Jamar Chase.
41 yards.
And the Bengals take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. CD, it'll go into the books as just one win, but this is a really impressive win. They've done it on defense, and here they continue to do it on offense. Another score in the 4th quarter to widen that advantage.
I like where you were going with that one. Would you say, partner, it was really 3 victories today? Landslide on the scoreboard, emphatic victory on either side of the ball. They really got it done.
And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to...
And now here is another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down...
Oh, he fakes a spike. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
He's going to go up top again, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but he falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And now off to the races down the right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it's...
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for two is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Trey Hendrickson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Smith catches left side. So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked by Logan Wilson.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team Their defense did not wake up.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news that this one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On first down, Hurts.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other